Good evening, all of you. I hope I'm audible to all of you. Yes. Let me share my screen. Please let me know if my screen is visible or not. Is my screen visible? Thank you. Thank you for confirming. So I hope other students will be joining in time. What we can do is we can start the session because it's already 5:15 and past that. So good evening once again, everyone. I'm your friend Pavan, and in today's session, we are going to discuss regarding the digital initiatives and pedagogy with respect to the teaching aptitude part. And if you have any doubts, you can ask at any moment. Let us have the clarifications of your doubts while discussing about the topic. And as you have requested special sessions on specific topics, we are working on it. And once the content is ready for that, and once we get the class ready, we'll have a session on that. Okay. So in today's session, we are going to go through digital initiatives and pedagogy. What are digital initiatives and what are the various initiatives that the government has brought up in with respect to improving the quality of teacher education and teaching. And also we'll look into pedagogy. What is pedagogy? What are the various pedagogical techniques and all those things. Shall we start then? Yes, I'll take us. Yeah, okay, Sandra said yes. Yes. So when we talk about digital pedagogy, there are a lot of things that we need to keep in mind, right? We know that there is a rapid growth that is happening in the digital landscape, and so much digital advancement is taking place, and it's very much necessary for teachers to be updated with these digital advancements that are happening, right? Because if a teacher needs to be or has to be relevant in this changing and evolving landscape of education, then the teacher has to update themselves with this digital advancement. And knowing these initiatives, the digital initiatives that are there, and their pedagogical implications, it will help a teacher become a modern teacher, and it will also help them improve the overall quality of the whole teaching learning process, which will in turn benefit their learners, right? Which is very important. Now, you may ask why digital, right? Why digital, one may ask. So when we talk about digital pedagogy, when we talk about digital pedagogy or this, it's not just digital tools, but it's about how these tools are used to facilitate meaningful learning in the classroom. So you can use critical, creative, ethical, creative tools that are there, that are available, and transform the teaching practice and learner experiences, which is very important. Also, there are a lot of current things that are going on. Uh, for example, one might ask why digital? Because it's a current thing that is going on. In the last class, we had a discussion where we talked about how there is a limitation with respect to access. Gandharvini will discuss the questions later. First, let us go through the content that we're discussing today. If you have any doubt regarding that, kindly ask. Once this is done, we'll discuss the questions, because as you put the questions in the chat box and the discussion continues, your question might go up and then we might not be able to go back to it. So I suggest you all to please put your questions at the end once the discussion is done. You can put your questions even now if you want in the chat box, but the issue is that with your responses coming in, the question might go up and we might not be, then there are chances that we may forget revisiting the questions. Okay. Yeah. So there are some key points that we need to remember when it comes to digital transformation of education. The main points are access and equity. So these digital transformation is aiming at bridging geographical and socioeconomic divides. So through these digital tools, we can reach remote areas. And one of the major thing is enhanced learner experience. as these digital tools are interactive in nature and they are personalized based on the students' needs. And they also contain multimedia resources in it. It enriches the learning experience for the learners. These digital resources also empower the teachers, which is very important. Empowering the teacher is very important because a teacher should know. I always use the example of what happened as soon as there was a lockdown, right? Online classes were shifted to online, and there were so many teachers who did not know how to use computers or to how to conduct a online class. And there were several issues, and there were a lot of videos made on that. On social media, reels and memes were filled with it, and it also took an ugly turn when unknown persons started joining the classroom classes which they were taking, and everyone was able to share the screen, and so much issues were there. So it's very much necessary for the teacher to be empowered with the latest digital advancements that are taking place, right? And we need to prepare our teachers. We need to make our teachers future ready, right? This plays an important role, and the inclusion should be there not only in service but also pre-service. While they're studying the teacher education program, they should learn all the digital resources and know the digital initiatives. And also, just give me 1 minute. I'm sorry. Yes, sorry for that. Yes, and we were talking about future readiness of teachers, and 2020's vision is to educate teachers. And they talk a lot about digital education, and then they say that digital education is the cornerstone of national education policy, where they are planning, Yes, Hemant, you want to say something? Hemant, you're unmuted. Okay,
No, sir.
okay,
Sorry, sir.
okay, no issues, no issues. Is my screen visible to all of you or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, were we stuck on this slide since then, or were we moving? Okay, okay, no issues. Let us come to understand, let us understand what is digital pedagogy. Yes. Uh, is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us understand digital pedagogy now. And I'm not able to view my own screen here. No. Okay, no issues. We'll try to move ahead. Is it visible now? Can you please confirm if the screen
Yes,
is
sir.
visible?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I'm really sorry because there is some issue. I'm not able to view my own screen. Now it's visible. Yes. So when we talk about digital pedagogy, there are some critical aspects that we need to know about it. The first thing is that it should be learner-centric, right? We know that there are learners who are different from each other in the class. We say that every learner in the classroom is unique, right? And we also use the term individual differences among learners. So when we use digital pedagogy to plan a class for students, it should be personalized, self-paced, right? Personalized, self-paced learning enabled by technology. So, digital pedagogy classes should be learner-centric, keeping the learner at the center of learning process. Then, active learning, digital pedagogy is something that encourages active learning, involves the learner in active learning. So, student is involved, like continuously involved in the process of creation, collaboration, and problem solving, which is the major focus of it. And then when we come to connectivity and collaboration, digital resources give us a lot of scope for connectivity, collaboration among students. So peer learning, right? And there are a lot of facilities that are available. Then blended learning. Using the digital pedagogy, we can combine online and offline instructions. So when we use the term blended learning is talks about using of digital resources and offline classroom hand in hand, blending them together to teach. That is blended learning. So in blended learning, either you can use the digital resources in the classroom while teaching and shifting from digital resources to offline instructions, or give them tasks and activities that they can perform post class. That includes going online and doing work. So let us look into the flagship initiatives by Ministry of Education. We have discussed in detail about PM eVidya and Diksha. So PM eVidya was launched with the slogan of One Nation, One Digital Platform. And under PM eVidya scheme, more than 200 DTH channels, TV channels for class 1 and 12 were launched. These channels, took on the chapters, NCERT textbooks, chapters, and subject-wise channels were there, class-wise channels were there, and they covered the entire syllabus, including extra uh, airing of sessions that dealt with specific topics. Then they also conducted radio, podcast sessions, special content for Divyangjan, specially able children. Today I saw in the group that a question was asked where they were the word physically handicapped or something like that was used. If you just go back to the question, I had asked a question regarding from where did you get the question and how old is this question, because the terminology keeps on evolving, right? What is the current term that we use? Yeah, disabilities. In the question that was posted by Nagambika in the group, it was asking, the option was with disabilities, but we do not use the word disabilities now. We use specially abled or differently abled. Differently abled. Even specially abled is something that is outdated. We use differently abled now. Okay, so please keep these things in mind, and these terminologies that we use continuously evolve. Okay. And Divyangjan was something that we use at present. Divyangjan also. And then the next one is Diksha. So Diksha, the role of Diksha was to produce quality content for teachers, students, and parents. You can still visit Diksha, and you can even, I think there's an application available for it to download, or I think it's an online platform where you can go and browse through variety of e-content, which will help you learn. And QR coded energized textbooks. I have already told you about energized textbooks. That is, they have textbooks where specific QR codes are present, that maybe beside an activity or beside a particular diagram where you can scan the QR and enter into a particular video explaining the particular phenomenon, what you're studying in the textbook, or a simulation of how to do the activity. All those things are available. And then they also produce teacher training modules with Nishta. So PM Vidya and Diksha are the one. Then Swayam. You all have learned about Swayam also. So free MOOC. What is MOOC? Can anyone help me with the abbreviation of MOOC? Okay, so it's massive open online courses. So these were done from class 9 to post graduation. Swayam has content for learners from class 9th till post graduation. So what does this content include? This content includes videos, reading parts, PDFs are available, self-assessments are there which you can take, and forums are available for students. There is something called as credit transfer facility. Is anyone aware of this credit transfer facility? What is this credit transfer facility? Yes.
Sir, in college education, we'll have credit-based exams. Like it will be 2+1 and all. If our marks are not good, we can compartmentalize the things and.
So technically, you can take any course from Swayam. Thank you, Hemant. You can take up some course from Swayam. You can complete the course. Once you complete the course, you get credits. When you enter your graduation anywhere, you will have a scheme, something known as choice-based credit system, CBCS. So every semester you will have a particular credits. So these credits will total at the end, and the available credits and your scored credits will give you a final GPA. Cumulative grade point average will come at the end. So you can also transfer the credits that you have earned by attending an online course of Swayam to your course that you are pursuing. Understood, or do you have any confusion even now? If you have, please ask. So Swayam offers credit transfer facility for learners, which is very beneficial, especially for undergraduate students and postgraduate students, because credits play a very big role in your overall CGPA. Then the next one is Swayam Prabha. Swayam Prabha is also a group of online channels that was launched under the Ministry of Education. They have 40 DTH channels and they provide 24/7 educational programs. And these education programs are based on the curriculum that is there and they are repeated daily. The next one is e-Pathshala. Has anyone here used e-Pathshala? So e-Pathshala it is also available in mobile as a mobile application. You can download it from Play Store. Remember, e-Pathshala was launched by NCERT. Okay, so if a question is asked, right? NCERT launched, online digital platform for textbooks, videos, and periodical repository. It's ePathshala. ePathshala was launched by NCERT. So in ePathshala, you're going to get all the NCERT textbooks. Other than NCERT textbooks, there are audio files available for the textbook content and others also. You have videos explaining a lot of content that is related to textbook, and you have extra videos, and you have periodicals available, right? You can access it in the internet. You can just type ePathshala, go to the NCERT website and enter ePathshala, or just directly type ePathshala and you'll enter ePathshala, or you have a mobile app which is available on Play Store and App Store. This app has multilingual support. So once you download this application, it will ask you either you're a teacher, student, or some other things will be there. And you can just click on it and go in and access all the resources that are there. And it is free. ePathshala is completely free. All the resources that are available in ePathshala are also completely free. There is no window of payment anywhere in ePathshala.
Sir, what's the difference between Diksha and e-Pathshala, sir? Because both are concentrating on NCERT textbooks only.
No. Diksha has a lot of other roles also. See, if you will go back to Diksha, they're providing resources for students and parents also. And they are having teacher training modules also, which is not present in ePathshala. ePathshala is specifically for school level. ePathshala does not go beyond school level. You will find every content that is related only to school level. The NCERT textbooks that are produced. As it is an application of NCERT, as it is a product of NCERT, NCERT related all the materials, books are available at ePathshala. Any other doubt? Yes? Hemant, is it clear? Am I audible to all of you? Okay. Let's put it in the chat box. Now let us look into the different advisory bodies and their role. right? We have already discussed this in the previous ones also. Let us have a look at it. The first one is MOE, Ministry of Education. As I said, it is a top one, the apex one. Its major role is formation of policies, the national policy on education and all those things. Funding of the country's education, all the different programs and different initiatives, everything is funded by Ministry of Education. They also do the coordination of digital initiatives. Then comes NCERT, National Council of Educational Research and Training. Their main work is curriculum development, e-content development, and teacher training modules. Please remember, in NCERT, there is a specific technology wing. Can anyone name it? NCERT has a specific technology wing. Have you heard about CIET? Central Institute of Education Technology. So CIET is a part of NCERT, and CIET takes care of technology and technology related work that happens, right, in respect to teaching and all those things. Please, I request you to go to CIET website and explore further. Then we have something known as NIOS, National Institute of Open Schooling. So they provide school level courses, right? And here you can also enroll for open and distance learning resources. The next one is UGC and AICTE, All India Council for Technical Education. Please don't confuse it with teacher education. Their main role is to promote, these are all with respect to digital learning. Okay, digital initiatives and digital learning. So their role is also to promote digital learning in higher education, higher and technical education. When we look into an online platform, which we were discussing just now, Swayam. So Swayam has a lot of courses that are available, and I'm really sorry, my internet just went off. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm sorry. My internet just gave up, and I was like in between talking something and it's gone. Just give me 1 minute. I'll share my screen. Please let me know if my screen is visible or not. Yes, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I was talking about the advisory bodies, and I was also talking about the NETF, that is National Education Technology Forum. It also is an advisory body, and it advises on technologies, use, and best practices that can be done.
Sir, you were
Now,
telling something about Swayam and you just
yeah, what I was telling about Swayam is there are a lot of courses that are available on Swayam. And these courses are prepared in collaboration by multiple bodies that include NCERT, that includes AICTE, that includes UGC, and other similar bodies that are there in different fields. So they all have collaborated. So they have prepared e-content and put them in the Swayam website where you can go and pursue those courses. So these are certified courses that are prepared by experts in the fields. Okay, and it is a part of the initiative of Ministry of Education. with respect to digital education. Now, let us look into some challenges and considerations that exist at present with respect to digital education in our country. The first one is digital divide. We know that the access to digital resources, as we talk, is something of a very big problem, and these access can be due to geographical conditions, or because you're living in a remote area, or because of socioeconomic issues, because of which you're not able to afford or have access to digital resources. So there are lot of issues that exist like that, and unequal access to digital devices and internet is very big, one of the biggest challenges. And teacher preparedness, though there is a lot of teacher training that is happening ongoing, but still we need to focus more into this. Mere using of mere having the knowledge of able to take an online class is not what we want from teachers. We also want teachers to use the digital resources to teach in the classroom and provide learning experiences to learners in the classroom, which is very important. And this is something that is a big issue that exists, especially when it comes to private schools. Though government schools are trying their best, they're conducting training programs for the teachers, and they're educating the teachers uh, on the various levels, at state level, at national level, block level, district level, and cluster level. A lot of programs are happening. But when it comes to private schools, there still exists a big gap that needs to be fulfilled. Then, content quality. We still need a lot of content which is high quality, which is relevant, and localized digital content. Localized digital content means which is prepared from a particular area for those particular people. Okay. Then there are also other issues that come up with it, which is screen time. We all know that screen time has become a very big enemy for all of us, and we are spending a lot of time of our day watching screens, let it be television, let it be computer, or our mobile phones. And it has led to the invention of latest terminologies like doom scrolling and other things. And there are a lot of risks related to mental health, cognition, and other areas with high dependent and usage of digital resources, right? So it's very important to understand your screen timing and how is it affecting your body, and taking frequent breaks and making sure that you're doing other activities also, so that you're not completely fatigued by continuously using digital resources. And privacy is also a very big concern when it comes to usage of digital resources, because the internet is a very scary place. We all know that. And though there are a lot of initiatives and programs that are being run, and the threats are continuously being monitored and blocked, there is still unknown threats that are emerging. And we all know that when we call someone using a phone in the present day, we always hear an automated message which says that be aware of this, be aware of that, and all of that. So these are nothing but digital risks that exist. And whenever you enter a website, it asks you for cookies. Can anyone explain me what are these cookies and what do they do?
Sir, they actually use for their algorithms.
Okay. Can you tell it in a simple word? What do they collect from you, and how do they use it, Hemant?
Sir, for an example, if we take Amazon, they accept our, like, they tell to accept our cookies. So they'll look after what we are searching on, like what we are scrolling on, and they'll show our what recommendations.
You might have heard this, that I'll continue with what Hemant has said, that you are searching for a product on Amazon and you suddenly move on to Instagram, and those product ads start popping up in your Instagram. Have you observed that happening? Or Facebook, or any other social media app that you use? Have you experienced any such thing?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So these are nothing but as you accept their cookies. In some websites, when you enter the websites, they ask you accept all cookies. So reject all, accept all. Or there is one more options where you can customize the cookies. So when you click on them, it will clearly show you what kind of data that they are trying to access. And that includes your location, that includes your details, and other things. So it's you have to be very careful. And this is one major concern that still exists, and This has to be very properly countered. Uh, Many people, that's why you use specific devices that have very strong privacy controls. Yes. So, and the next one is infrastructure. When we were talking about current issues that are there with respect to education, infrastructure is a very big issue. So we do not have reliable facilities, infrastructural facilities when it comes to schools that are there in rural and remote areas. Either there is no proper electricity connection that is there, or if we have electricity connection also, we do not have proper labs or setups in which students can access digital resources. And this is a larger problem because of the number of schools that we have, the number of students that are in school, and the amount of resources and money that is required to set up all these things, which is happening. I'm not saying it is not happening, it is happening, and it is happening at a good pace. But even at the current pace that we are going, it might take a lot of time. So these are some challenges and considerations with respect to digital education. Next, let us talk about how being digitally empowered helps a teacher. A digitally empowered teacher will be able to transform education, right? A teacher who is digitally empowered knows a lot of tools, has undergone rigorous training, has completed courses, and now is able to include these digital resources in the teaching learning process to benefit students' learning. In this way, a teacher can help a student get all the experiences. But please remember that using digital resources is very good in classroom, but over reliance on digital resources is a very big problem. So you also need to keep that in mind, and you have to go hand in hand with usage of digital resources and also giving them real life experiences. We have seen in the recent days that a trend has started growing among teachers. A simple experiment that can be done in the class, for example, mixing of two solutions, is not done by the teacher, but they show a video of that happening, right? Or conducting a small experiment in the class, they show a video. The purpose of videos being shown in the class is to show something that cannot be done in the class. But when you can do something in the class or by taking students to the laboratory, then using digital resources for such things is actually hampering the students' understanding of the whole thing. It might not benefit all the learners that are there in all the types of learners that are there in your classroom. So, yes, it is empowering teachers, it is transforming the education, but you also have to go with caution when it comes to that. But yes, these digital initiatives have helped the teachers access much more, content and update themselves with respect to the concurrent and current changes that are happening in the spirit of digital world. Right? A lot of AI is something that is on a rise now, and it's very important for teachers to know what is AI, how to ethically use AI in the teaching learning process, and how to improve the quality of teaching learning in their classrooms. Then, effective pedagogy. Using digital resources, you can make the teaching learning process much more effective. You can plan your pedagogy, your teaching process in such a way that technology is blended into it. We also talked about blended learning before. So technology integration for meaningful learning outcomes. Wherever necessary, wherever it will be beneficial and helps learners understand and construct knowledge, there we can integrate technology. And blended learning is a pedagogical approach. Okay, blended learning is also a pedagogical approach. So professional growth is very much important for a teacher, and specifically in the current days, growing professionally with the digital trends that are going on will help a teacher align with the NEP 2020 guidelines, will also help them improve and their skills, which is very important. And as if a teacher is digitally empowered, he or she can empower their learners. So a digitally empowered teacher can empower their learners in the classroom by embracing technology as a powerful and strong ally. So this was the quick session on digital resources. Let me go back to the question that was asked in the group by Gandharvini. Yes, she had asked a teacher is successful only if he is approachable, produces 100% results, knows his subject thoroughly, publishes research papers in journal or of repute. Okay. Which one do you think is more appropriate? Do you want me to re-put the question in the group, or you are able to access it? I mean, retype the question. I'll just copy paste it. So this was the question that was asked. It is in the chat box. A teacher is successful only if he or she is approachable, produces 10%, knows his subject thoroughly, publishes papers in journal of repute. We can take questions. We can take questions for a while. Yes. Heyman says option B, produces 10% results.
Sir, no, sir,
Others?
it's approachable. Approachable.
Okay, so you have done a mistake. Okay. You say it's a teacher who is approachable. Gandharvini says it's option C. Pariksha says confused between A and C. Okay, so let us discuss this question out. The question is asking about a teacher is successful only if he, first thing is approachable, second is produces 10% result, C knows his subject thoroughly, D publishes papers in journal of repute. See, if a teacher is able to publish papers in reputed journals, that does not mean the teacher is successful in classroom. It only means that the teacher is doing good research and is updated with respect to research work, knows his subject thoroughly. A teacher who is very good in content expertise is something that is expected from a teacher. And a teacher, to teach in classroom, it's very much necessary for a teacher to know the content. But mere content mastery will not guarantee, effective teaching in the classroom. Please remember that. Mere content mastery will not guarantee effective teaching in the classroom. Produces 10% result, option B is not correct, because there might be other reasons also that your student might have been taking tuitions, coaching, or any other thing that might have influenced the overall learning of the child. The main thing, a teacher, if a student is able to approach the teacher fearlessly, students can starts approaching a teacher only if the student feels that the teacher is having some level of content mastery, if the teacher knows, is teacher good at clarifying doubts of the students and listens to the students. This is the most important thing among all the given responses here. So option A is correct for this question.
So what if the teacher is approachable, he's friendly with students, but he lacks subject expertise? So in that case, option A would not be the answer, right?
Uh, yeah, who said this? I'm sorry, I did not look at the screen. Pariksha, yes. Okay. So Pariksha, subject expertise is something that is tested when before you enter the teaching profession. Right? So all the teachers who are entering a teaching profession through formalized tests are expected to have some level of subject expertise for which they undergo an exam. So it is ensured that you already have some level of subject expertise. But mere subject expertise might not, prove that you are effective. All the teachers, even if you take private schooling as example, they undergo a rigorous interview process and then enter the teaching profession. And in interview, they make sure that you have some level of subject expertise. Otherwise, they will never take you for the position. So the most appropriate answer here would be that if a teacher is approachable, Pariksha.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay. So Gandharvini has put one more question. How a teacher should behave with student? Friend, father, leader, general. From where did you get this question, Gandharvini? You can unmute and speak, no issues, Gandharvini. Okay, you got it from a teaching aptitude book. I really don't know what the option D general means. But if you are looking at the options here, option A, friend is correct. Though most of them say that you have to maintain professional boundaries, you can always be a friend while having those professional boundaries as a teacher, right? Teacher is not expected to be a father or a mother, nor a leader. though a teacher is expected to have leadership skills, I don't think teachers should be a leader. Have they given any response answer in your teaching aptitude book for this question, Gandharvini? If they have given, what is the correct answer that they have given? Because it will be very interesting to look at it. Others, do you have any other questions or doubts? Rajata asks, is Nishta dependent on Diksha platform? Let me confirm. I don't think so. Let me see. Yes, yes, you are correct, Rajata. Diksha is a platform where the Nishta program is implemented. Yes, you are correct. Gandharvini says option B as an answer. I don't think a teacher should behave as a father. Uh, so please, you can share the book details with me. Let me have a look at it. Okay, so this was a very quick session. Okay, we have already got a very big doubt question here by Hemant. At early stage of schooling, it is better to use mother tongue as medium of classroom transaction because makes learning meaningful, develops self-confidence in children, helps in interaction with classmates, all of the above. All of the above is the correct answer for this, Hemant.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Gandharvin has also asked the term least restrictive environment refers to education of gifted, retarded, handicapped, early childhood youngsters. It's very interesting. I don't know from where you're getting these questions, Gandharvini. Uh, what do you mean by can you metacognition, Ashwati? I'm not sure about the question that you have posed, Gandharvini. I have to look at it and answer because I don't want to give you a wrong answer. Uh, I'll have a look at it and I'll let you know later or in the
Sir,
group. I'll let
can you explain about different kinds of universities? Like in one of the years, they have asked which of the universities guides only in the main campus. Like about Central University, they had asked. Can you differentiate about what is deemed to be university, what is Central Universities, what is state universities?
See, technically, when we talk about universities, there are central universities. Again, in central universities, there are different types. For example, if you take Delhi University, it's a central university. Uh, then Hyderabad Central University is an example. And then in every state, there is a separate university known as Central University, like Central University of Karnataka, Central University of Punjab, Central University of Kerala, Kasargod, Central University of Andhra Pradesh. In Hyderabad Central University is a very old one that's already there. So these central universities are something that technically have one campus. DU being an exception, most of the central universities have a single campus, and inside campus they have multiple departments. Okay. When it comes to state universities or other universities, they have affiliated colleges to them. Most of the central universities do not have affiliated colleges to them. They only have a autonomous central university that runs. But there are few exceptions to them. When it comes to deemed to be university, that means when an institution is said to be deemed to be university, they will not get complete funds from the government. They have to generate their own funds. That is what they mean by deemed to be university. Some exceptions are there again for that because NEPA is also a deemed to be university. And State universities are the one that are run by state, and they also have affiliated colleges to them. So this is how the whole thing is. Um, if you want me to do a detailed look at it, then I have to look at it and I'll get back to you. But this is what. Yes, a state university is managed by the state. Yes, yes, Parthasarthi, you're correct. You have any
Sir,
specific question in mind,
then
Hemant, regarding
are
that?
these deemed universities generally private then?
No, no, no. Not all deemed universities are generally private. NCRT has recently got the status of deemed university. They have not completely implemented it. So deemed universities are not private. Even National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration (NIPA) is a deemed to be university.
Sir, actually, when we take like this, when we take digital initiatives, so when digital initiatives are used to this extent, like they are using smartboard in the class while teaching, they are using most of the time PPTs. So teachers are always relying on the PPTs and just they are going to read. Does
That is
this,
not a digital initiative.
sir? They are making right, sir. Like they'll just read out the PPTs. Some of the teachers are taking it as a granted.
No, that is what I'm saying. No, though digital initiatives are there, the problem is that teachers are not properly implementing them or they are not aware of how to use them. In the last class also, when I was talking about these digital resources, infrastructure and other things, current trends, contemporary issues that when we were discussing, there also I mentioned that though some schools have high advanced resources like smart board or televisions that are equipped with applications where you can show simulations and all, but teachers are not using it. Either they are not aware or they are too lazy to do it. So it's not, we would not say it's an effective use of digital resources. I found some information with respect to universities. So a central university is something that is established by an act of parliament. You can take examples of Delhi University, JNU, or the central universities that are there in every state, right? And they are funded and governed by central government. That is what is a university. Then in the university, there are central university that I told. Then there is a state university also. State universities are established by act of state legislature. That, for example, University of Mysore is there, or there's Mumbai University, the Harvard University, or you can take any other state university that is there in your particular state. Utkal University in Odisha, or Barkat Ali University in Bhopal, I guess, Madhya Pradesh, or in yeah. So there are such universities that are state universities. Then private ones are the one that are established by state or central act by a sponsoring body. Okay, that is maybe a trust or a company or something, and they are UGC approved but not funded by the government. Then when it comes to deemed to be university, it is an institution of higher education or a cluster of institutions. It's not a complete university. Okay, when they are given, when an institution is given a status of deemed university, when they have achieved very high standards in specific areas of study. Okay, when a particular institution has achieved high standards in a specific area of study, it is declared as a deemed to be university by the central government. And this is done on the advice of UGC. And deemed to be universities are going to have autonomy where they can award degrees. Okay. So meanwhile, there are a lot of other questions also that have come in the group. I'll take Pariksha's one. Multidisciplinary approach in education refers to learning a concept from different perspective and sources, from different sources of learning by different methods of approaches from different subjects. See, multidisciplinary. Discipline means a particular subject. Multidisciplinary means multiple subjects. So when we talk about multidisciplinary approach, we are technically talking about from different subjects. Okay, Pariksha? Then Gandharvin is one more question. Teaching aids are used the sake of its use, making teaching interesting, making student attentive, making teaching with understanding level of students. I don't know. This question is not framed correctly, is what I would like to say, because the options are not very clear, Gandharvini. But still, if you want to choose among them, option 4 would be most appropriate. Sandra has asked, teacher examines how gamification affects engagement in student. Sandra, where have you got this question? The gamification one that you have asked?
Sir, I got the question from mock test.
From the mock test. Gamification is something that you will learn only once you enter the course, and even the current curriculum of teacher training that is available for undergraduates does not include gamification. So be assured that most probably this question should not be asked. But if this question is asked, for sure we can file against the question, because this goes beyond what is expected from a class 12 student to know.
Sir,
Okay.
why don't they release official answer key for these papers, and why is the answer key not transparent, sir? Like,
I'm not aware about that, Hemant. I'm really sorry.
okay, sir, is this happening from many years or like recently?
Yes, yes, yes. This exam, NCRT conducts exams since a very long time. I joined in the year 2014 and I came through an entrance exam, and I don't think there was an answer key released, official answer key released.
Sir, can we mail anybody and can we get it? Like, sir, actually, according
You have
to
your website where you have filled the application form and all, and they have given you contact details with an email ID, I believe. You can surely mail them and ask.
actually, according to right to information, they need to give, sir. Like,
Sure, sure. You can go ahead and ask, Hemant. So Sandra's question is, a teacher examines of gamification affects engagement in students with ADHD. Sandra, please don't worry about this question, because this is a research level question, and this is not only not for even undergraduates. It's a postgraduate level question, after post graduation level question. Okay, so this is technically a research based question, so no need to worry about it now. If it has been added, if you found it in Tej Academy's thing, they might have done a mistake in including that question, because it's a very high level question. Anu has asked in the group, which of the following would you consider as barriers to effective communication? Barriers to effective communication: moralizing, being judgmental, and comments of consolation. Dialogue, summary, and self-review, use of simple words, cool reaction and defensive attitude, personal statements, eye contact, simple narration. Yeah, option A is correct, because it's a major barrier when it comes to effective communication. When you're moralizing or being judgmental and commenting and comments of consolation, it does not lead to effective communication between individuals. So option A is correct. It's already marked there, sir. Anu, but if you wanted confirmation, yes, option A is correct. Anu has put one more question in the group. Universities imparting education only at their central campuses are called residential universities, deemed to be universities, open universities, central universities. You can call them residential universities. Okay, here they're not talking about if they're governed by state or the central government. Okay, so universities imparting education only at the central campus usually are known as residential universities. Learning without burden. Anu, where have you found this question, learning without burden?
Sir, last year question paper. I think 2022.
M.Ed question paper or B.Ed question paper?
I have not seen sir levels. Just I saw.
sir,
This
that was
is
in last year question paper, sir.
They have asked about learning without burden.
Yes, sir.
This question is there in last year. This thing.
It was in PYQs only, sir, in level 1.
Okay. So please don't worry about such questions, because they'll not be asked. But this question belongs to the Yashpal committee, where they talked about learning without burden. Justice Verma committee report I was discussing in the previous class, where they talked about increasing the year of B.Ed and M.Ed from 1 year to 2 year. They also talked about improving the quality of teacher education and all those things. Then Ram Murthy committee and Adishesh committee, not necessary for this level. I really don't know how this entered the PYQ, but
Sir,
no, this question
last
is
year
not
they had
for.
asked the question on
Gandharvini,
who
you are
introduced
unmuted.
S.
1 minute, Hemant. Gandharvini, you are unmuted. Yeah, Hemant, please go ahead.
Sir, last year they had asked the question, what is SU? Who introduced SUPW? socially useful productive work.
Okay. You found it in a question paper?
Yes, sir. It's in L1 question paper. Let me get you the screenshot.
So it's Ishwar Bhai Patel committee.
But this is too much. I don't think they'll ask you questions to this extent, because I have seen various question papers and I have never come across such questions. I have seen the previous PYQs and I have not come across such questions. Maybe Tej Academy wants you to be aware, and in case they are asking you such specific questions, you should be aware of it. But I don't think it was necessary.
Sir, it was in last year's paper, sir.
Last year's question paper.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm surprised. I don't know why they're asking such detailed questions. Yes. Gandharvini asks, meaningful learning takes place when students are interested in topic taught, students raise questions and get them clarify. Explanations are given within reach of students. The new content is being taught is related to previous knowledge of students. I am really not sure who brought SUBW. I'm sorry, I'll be honest with you.
Sir, please make a video on what are these committees, sir. Like they are asked many of a times in PYQs.
Are you sure they have asked about these
Yes, sir.
committees?
Sir, last year only 2 questions are there. Like I'll get you the pictures.
Are you sure it's a B.Sc. B.Ed question paper?
So yes, it
Yes,
was
sir.
asked.
Okay, then we'll have a session on committees if that is required, because there are a lot of committees. We have to start from secondary education committee and then come to Mudalayar committee, Radhakrishnan committee is there, and then Kothari commission is there, and then we'll come to I don't know. We should not cover the position papers. We have National Policy on Education 1986, 1968, based on Kothari Commission, and then we come to 1975, there is PWD Act, and then we come to 1986 policy, National Policy on Education, 1992 Plan of Action, one more ICDS Act 1995, then we come to National Curriculum Framework 2000, NCF 2005, and the recent ones that are there, NCFT is there 2009. There's so many, it will be very difficult for people to remember, to be honest.
Sir, but make a video, sir. Even some of the textbooks like they are including all these committees, sir. What you said, like 1983's committees and all.
Sure, sure, sure. Okay, then I'll have a look at it. I'll also discuss with the team that are there, who are working there. Okay. So I think we'll end the session here. If you have any other things, please start putting whatever doubts you have in the group so that we can make a compilation of it and we can conduct a specific session on all the doubts that you have. Okay. So with this, we'll end today's session. Thank you all of you for attending. Keep asking the doubts in the group. Thank you.